How would you like to have a $10 million house? Not only a house, but 2 islands with docks, easy access from the ferry terminal, a helipad, and lots of structures on it, completely developed, ready to live on. This is a beautiful place. Hi, I'm Ron Paulk, designer of the Paulk Workbench, the Total Station, and pretty much focus my channel on working lean, working efficient in the construction industry. Well, as a lot of my viewers know, I am also a photographer, and I focus primarily on, at least the business side of things, is on photographing for branding and marketing. So I do a bit of real estate photography as well, mostly higher end stuff. I had the opportunity last week to take a ferry out and then jump on a skiff, my wife and I, and spend the entire day photographing this house that's going on the market, this property that's going on the market for $10 million. And as far as I'm concerned, it should be higher than that. This place is absolutely amazing. The owner picked my wife and I up, took us over, and we just spent the entire day, which was not nearly long enough. I talked to the agent that hired us, and I said, another project like this, I want 2 days. I want to stay out there, and because it took about round trip about 3 to 4 hours in commuting. A couple of car, ferry, and then a skiff. And I really wanted to do the light from the early morning, blue hour, and golden hour, and then in the evening the same thing, both for the UAV and the terrestrial photography. Here I was able to fly my drone out. I'm standing on the beach, on one of the beaches. You can't see me unless I zoom in, but we flew out and was able to stitch together a couple of photos to get this full view of the 2 islands. This is called Double Island. It's Big Double and Little Double, and it's a single P number. It's a single property. So this video is just to kind of share my experience there. It was a lot of fun. It was a bright, sunny day, vibrant color, and I was fighting the light all day, both inside and out, extreme contrast. Really would have rather shot on the ends of the day and used some of the middle of the day to do some of the down interior rooms. But I'll give you a tour of what I delivered here. So this is kind of the intro shot. We come into the island around, I'll use my mouse pointer here. We come in from the ferry, which is back this way, and around Little Double, and then all the way back around, and this is the cove. It's really protected over here. Here we come in around the backside, and you can see there is a float plane dock out here. There is a large multi-slip dock here. Really professional docks too. These are the real deal, commercial grade stuff. And then there's a landing here that you can bring a barge up to and bring vehicles and materials onto the island. Property includes all of the stuff that the skiff, the electric, the golf cart style vehicles. There's paths all over the island, as well as about 4 leases on slips on the main island where the ferry comes in, as well as a slip on the mainland. It also includes the barge, so you can bring vehicles on and things like that. Land right here and drive them right up. This is what they call the yacht club. It's got a kitchen, full-on living here, and the dock comes right up to it. And this is the lodge, the dock I was telling you about. And then you can look up in the woods. There's the yacht club, and there's the lodge, and there's the owner's cottage, and that landing I talked about. And the float plane dock is right out here outside of frame. I put these in an order, sort of tell the story to approach the property. So I do more than just the photography. I kind of put the story together. So here we're coming up the dock, Double Island, and there's the owner and real estate agent and his little nephew. And that's just walking up the pathway to the main lodge. Wonderful yellow lab that stayed with us all day. He led us all around the island. We had free range. They gave us a quick tour and then let us go. And we spent the day hauling our gear. We got a little golf cart, loaded things up, and just went all around the property trying to capture the spirit and feel of this place. And this wonderful lab stayed with us all day and led us around. He's spent his whole life out. And there we're peeking into the lodge and the main kitchen. This fireplace you see back in there, to give you an idea of scale, that's 5 feet tall. I could just tip my head over and walk into this thing. It was amazing, huge stone fireplace. And there's not separate bedrooms here, but there is a loft up here with a ladder to it, and there was about 4, it looked like queen-size mattresses tucked back in over here, so plenty of lodge-type sleeping, as well as over against this window in the front on both sides, and on the sides here there are twin beds with these big curtains that pull back. Looking back on the kitchen, big commercial style appliances. Looking back from the kind of the front entry, we came in on the deck there. This looks back toward the kitchen. You can see that ladder up to the loft. Here you can see 2 of those twin beds. So this one's tucked into this window area with bookcases and big curtains to pull back, a twin here, and the exact same thing behind the camera. And then we're downstairs, so there's a downstairs area. So here you can see a lot of sinks, and this is showing 2 of the doors. It's actually a third. I'm back in the corner where the camera is. This is 3 rooms, each with a toilet and a shower. So it could really accommodate big gatherings. Across the hall from that, a billiard room. And the realtor told me that this pool table came out of the Hearst Castle. This particular type of shot is called a one-point shot. These are some of the most difficult to pull off, but they can be the most dramatic. Dual washers and dryers. Exercise room with ample room for equipment that's already there. This was the Costco room. This was nothing beautiful, but it was a massive walk-in storage area with good access, so you could keep the place outfitted with groceries and all the things you'd need if you were doing a big gathering. An entry downstairs below that deck that you saw with the yellow lab. This is entering in, and there's a stairs up to it, and then the pool room is there, the Costco room is there, the big bathroom I showed you, in the laundry room there. So good access, nice beautiful doors. Just beautiful wood and workmanship all over the place. And this is just an area that you can, those are those doors I just showed you before, and this is the big laundry room, exercise room over there. But this is where they can bring and pull in the golf cart type vehicles and just stack them one in front of the other and keep them stored away. Captain's quarters or something like that. Then we go inside of there, and there's a little kitchen and a living area with another wood-burning fireplace. Freestanding tub. I didn't show the shower, but there's a totally separate freestanding shower in this bathroom. Bedroom isn't separated off, but it is nice. It's, again, private quarters like that. You're not worried about the guests walking around. Deck off of those quarters. You can see it looks down over the yacht club down there and the dock that comes up, and you can see the water. This is shop down below, and I'd spend a lot of time there. I'd love to have that to make my YouTube videos. The most impressive thing to me, I enjoy shops. The wine cellar, just kind of tucked back in the hill behind the main lodge. Artist studio out on the other point of the island, looking toward Orcas Island, and you can see the ferry coming from there. In front of it, and looking toward, this would be Orcas Island over here, and the ferry comes in right there. And we took a break and had our lunch sitting right at this table. What a wonderful day. Inside the cottage, the table that I just showed you is just outside to the corner here. This is an office area in the artist cottage, and a small kitchen and bath. And this one didn't have an inside shower, but it did have a really neat outdoor shower that was, completely private. This is looking out of the artist cottage, artist studio toward Little Double, the second island, and you can see the dock there to access that island. When it's low tide, you could walk across this in about knee-deep water. This is looking toward that same dock, and you can see the inter-island ferry there coming from Friday Harbor heading over to Orcas. Yacht Club closest to the dock. This is what would greet you when you came up the dock, and this is inside of it. There's a little kitchen there, and then there's a sleeping loft, the ladder up to it there, looking out toward the dock. And then there are 8 little cabins, rustic cabins around the property. All of them look toward, we're they were spread around the island. They weren't all together. Side of one of them, and of course you can see that, you know, it is rustic, but surely would be comfortable to camp out there. Pickleball court and basketball court, lots of planting gardens, and closed in to keep the deer from eating up all the good stuff. This is a cleared area that is for landing helicopters and things, so that there's no airstrip on the island, but certainly you can bring in a helicopter. I think if you're going to live out like that, even if you don't have a helicopter, you want to have a place that one could come in for emergencies or things like that. Well, there you have it. If you're in the market for your own private island that's completely developed with everything you need, power and water and sewage and all of those things, just a wonderful place to be for the day. Not in my budget, but I'm sure it's in somebody's. Hey, I know this wasn't a woodworking shop video, but it's the other thing I do, and I'm doing more photography these days than I am woodworking, so I wanted to share with you some of the wonderful experiences I get to have, and this is all was made possible because of my history with construction, particularly in this area, and doing higher end projects. If you like these videos and you want to see more of my photography, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell so you know when I put up a new video. And if you want a set of one of my workbench plans so you can build a project like this for one of your clients, you can click on the link right here in the video or down below. Hey, thanks for taking the time to watch. Have a great day.